All right, we're continuing with S2B cosine rule. All right, so we're trying to find the side opposite. So we're going to use, take out our formula sheet. We're trying to find the length of the side, so we're going to use this version of the cosine rule. So a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c. So our angle and we're trying to find this. So we've got the 21 squared plus the 15 squared. And what I recommend you doing is do this in your calculator first. And what you're going to find is when you've got cosine of an angle greater than 90 degrees, you get a negative number. So let me show you. If I do 2 times 21 times 15 cosine 105, you get negative 163. But notice, the formula here already has a negative, right? Notice the formula has a negative. So if I've got negative or minus a negative number, minusing a negative number, we're going to end up adding the 163. Okay, this is where a lot of students made mistakes before. So 21 squared plus 15 squared plus the 163 is going to give me this number, and we take the square root of that, and we get 28.8. Okay, next problem, exact same problem, same issue, or same sort of thing. So we've got this angle, trying to find the opposite side. So we can say, okay, so x squared cosine 32, we've got 3.6 squared, we've got 4.8 squared, and then minus 2 times 4.8 times 6.3 cosine 32, and then we get these numbers, this number plus this number minus this. And as I mentioned before, do the 60.48 times cosine first, and then you get these values here, and then add everything and subtract the 51, and then we get this value, and take the square root, we get this. Okay, next. Hit pause if you need to replay and watch something again. Okay, find the measurement of all the angles. Okay, so the very first thing I did was I just picked an angle that I wanted to find. So let's pick angle A. Okay, so if I want angle A, we need to figure out which formula to use. And, okay, oh, this says cosine C. What am I supposed to do? So what I need to do is, basically, the side that is opposite of the angle that we're using is going to be the one that we subtract. Okay, so using this relationship, and the A and the B squared and the AB, those are the ones on either side here. So this blue one and this pink one, those are on either side of angle A. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, okay, so cosine A, the one that we're subtracting is the 11 squared, and the 12 squared, and the 13 squared are ones that we're adding. right? And so 12 squared plus 13 squared minus 11 squared gives me 192. 2 times 12 times 13 gives me 312. Divide those together, and we get this. And then we get our calculator, and to figure out the angle, we do second cos 192 divided by 312, close parentheses, and I get the angle is 52 degrees. Okay, so once I figure out that that's 52 degrees, I need to figure out another angle. So let's figure out angle B. So if I'm figuring out angle B, or cos, I'm going to have the B is the one that we're subtracting. And the yellow and the red, are the ones that we are adding. So 11 squared and the 13 squared. All right, so we simplify this. Our numerator becomes 146. Our denominator is 286. Take the inverse cos of that, you get 59.3. After I get that, I can figure out the missing side, adding them together, and then subtracting from 180, and then I get my third angle. Okay. Next one. Find the smallest angle of the triangle, which is 11, 13, and 17 in length. So the very first thing I do is I draw a triangle, and from our note here, the smallest angle is opposite of the shortest side. So the shortest side is 11, so the smallest angle is going to be across from the 11. So when I set up the law of cosine, I'm going to kind of do like what we did here, whereas the one that's going to be subtracted is the 11. Okay, so the one that we're subtracting is the 11 squared. So on either side of angle x, we've got the 13, and we've got the 17. Just like I said, they're on the 13 and the 17 are on either side of the angle x that we're trying to find, so those are going to be added. And then this divided by this gives me a decimal, and then I take the inverse cos of that. So let's just, so I hit 337 divided by 2. I get 0.7624, so on. And then I can do second cos, and second in the little negative button, you can get the answer there, parentheses, and then I get the angle is 4.3. Okay, you might want to hit pause and copy this down. Okay, now on the next one, the first thing I tried to do is I tried to set it up using the law of cosine, and then I ended up with a negative fraction. You can't do inverse cos of a negative fraction. So what I did was I figured out, okay, well, let's do like we did on the previous examples. You might want to hit pause and look at the work. What I did was I found out angle A, I found out angle B, and then once I found out the two angles, I added them together and subtracted from 180, and I found out this angle C has to be 106.6. Okay, you might want to hit pause and replay if you need help on this question. And I'll do the next page on a third video.